right in the kisser.
Hey, who the devil are you? Who are you, Yoda? Yay, it's Friday. Time for a beer. Drink responsibly. Just a couple, okay? uh, anyway, so this is not, well, it's kind of, this is not really a British beer. It's Madri Exceptional, okay? It's pretending to be a Spanish beer, but it's not really. So I've got it here. So Madri Exceptional is a British beer developed in Burton-on-Trent. Not very exotic really, okay? By Coors, the parent company of Carling. Carling Lager is horrific. With some input from their Spanish brewery subsidiary in Toledo, La Sagra, and manufactured in Tadcaster. It's also brewed in Canada. So it's kind of part British, part Canadian, part Spanish. Okay, there you go. But there we are. But I do like a Madri, so cheers. Ah, that hits the spot. Any road. So Klipsch might be in a little bit of bother, okay? They're being sued by a very big company. Samsung. Well, a subsidiary of Samsung, Harman, okay? So Harman in turn make JBL speakers, I believe, or Samsung, Harman, JBL, are all whatever. So Harman are suing Klipsch because they're saying they're copying their JBL party speaker. Now, I read this article in Headphone Honesty. Get some decent articles on there. I'll link to the article down below. But what I want to do is go through the article itself and then give you some of my thoughts, what I think about what Harman's doing to Klipsch. Anyway, let's have a look at the article. Okay, so this article was by Andy G, published on the 28th, May the 28th, 2025, so only, yesterday, on the website Headphone Honesty. And it says, legendary audio company just got sued for allegedly copying a rival's design and selling it cheaper. Well, what on earth? Klipsch versus Harman, a Samsung company. So it says the 13-count lawsuit describes the product as a deceptive imitation sold at a discount. The court documents claim this wasn't just copying, but a calculated marketing ploy. Calculated, eh? Klipsch, a long-time name in the audio world, is facing a major legal challenge. On December the 24th, 24. Harman International filed a 13-count lawsuit against Klipsch in Delaware Federal Court. The lawsuit claims that Klipsch Gig XXL party speaker copies the look and features of JBL's Party Box series. I think this is JBL Party Box 100, it looks like. The case focuses on whether Klipsch's design is too close to JBL's, which could mislead buyers. Harman says the Gig XXL violates several design patents used to protect the JBL's Party Box line. Lawsuit details, you can read that, blah, blah, blah. These include design, built-in light show, substantially the same to an ordinary observer. And there you see them side by side. That's the JBL there. I think that's the Party Box 100. And this is the Gig XXL here. So, I mean, it's pretty similar. But I'll have something to say about that later in the video. The complaint says that Harman warned Klipsch about the issue in fall 2023. Despite this, Klipsch kept on selling the Gig XXL. Here's a rundown of what Harman says Klipsch did wrong. Copied JBL's patent party box design, included the lights and housing, continued to sell the speaker after being formally warned, offered the speaker at a lower price which could hurt JBL's market position, promised to redesign the product but did not follow through. Harman is asking the court to stop Klipsch from selling the Gig XXL. It also wants all profits from the sales, plus damages and legal fees. Harman is also pushing for the court to label the case as exceptional. If that happens, it could lead to higher financial penalties. So it seems like, let me just check down here. I'll carry on. I'll carry on. There you can see the Party Box 100. There's the D420 patent, and then this Klipsch Gig XXL. So yeah, there are similarities. I'll give them that, right? Side-by-side comparison of the lawsuit. So redesign talks collapsed, lawsuit followed. Harman's timeline paints Klipsch as unresponsive after initially reaching out to Klipsch's CEO Paul Jacobs and escalating to Vox CEO Pat Lavelle in fall 2023. Harman alleges its cease and desist warnings were ignored. Though Klipsch proposed a redesign in October 2023 and stated on page 20 of their complaint, Harman contends the changes were never implemented. Klipsch, for its part, tells a different story. Klipsch, through counsel, disclosed the redesign details, providing a video file to the plaintiff. Plaintiff never contacted either of the defendants until it filed a suit more than a year later. So they could both be being shady. But I mean, according to Harman, it kind of looks like they warned Klipsch, hey, come on, this looks a bit like, you need a bit like our speaker, a lot like our speaker. You need to redesign it. And Klipsch kind of went, yeah, sure, we'll redesign it. Okay, no problem at all. We won't really. Yeah, of course we'll redesign it. We're not going to, tee-hee. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what it looks like. But who knows? Anyway, let's go back to the article. So it says, a heritage brand versus a tech giant. The case involves companies of very different sizes, which it does. Harman is a subsidiary of Samsung and reported 10.2 billion in revenue. Klipsch operates under the Vox International, which had 469 million in revenue in its last fiscal year. Vox is a division of Gentex Corp, a 2.3 billion auto parts company. There you go. Both Harman and Vox have built their audio portfolios through acquisitions. Harman owns brands like JBL, AKG and Mark Levinson. Vox holdings include Klipsch and other audio brands, though it has divested several over the years. The lawsuit comes as Klipsch has been actively expanding its product line in late 2023. It launched the Music City series of portable Bluetooth speakers at CES 2025. Klipsch also introduced the Music City Party speaker lineup, which are larger models featuring RGB lighting, DJ effects, microphone inputs aimed at party use. These releases show Klipsch's intent to compete more directly in the portable and lifestyle audio markets. However, it's a move that makes the outcome of this lawsuit particularly relevant to its brand strategy going forward. If Harman wins the case, Klipsch could face fines, and probably large fines if they win, large fines, and paying back all that revenue, and be asked to stop selling the Gig XXL. The result could also affect how long-time audio brands design future products and balance their history without changing market trends. So that bit at the end's interesting. If you look at a lot of amplifiers look the same, don't they? Okay, you could say, oh, one amplifier looks similar to another. So if one company starts going, you're copying my amplifier, then it does affect the future of how people are going to design their products. If you look at a lot of Fozzy, AIMA, Duke Audio, they're all quite similar. If you look at even the higher brands, Pioneer, Denon, Yamaha, you can pick out amps in their lines that look very similar. But I've got an argument against this. I've got my own opinion. Okay, maybe not an argument. I got my own opinion, and I just wonder why they're targeting Klipsch especially. Because if you look at these party speakers, I don't know how similar. I mean, I haven't read this. I've only read this article, but if you go online and just look quickly at party speakers, they all look the flipping same. They all look like JBLs. So let's compare the JBL Party Box 100 to the Klipsch Gig XXL. So first off, it is similar from the front, and they got the name badge in the center, but the Klipsch has its controls and stuff on the top of it, whereas the Party Box is on the back. Now, and also the Party Box, I think, is ported at the back as well. But what I want to do is, so that's what the Klipsch Gig XXL looks like compared to the JBL Party Box, right? But let's have a look at this Iowa. No, Iowa is not the Iowa of old, okay? It's probably owned by a Taiwanese company or something like that. No. But look at this Iowa PSP 1212. Looks very similar to the Party Box 100, doesn't it? There's a Hisense HP 100. Looks quite similar to me. Okay. What's this one? Oh, this one is sold in the UK in a shop called Curry's. You can buy it in Curry's right now, and it's called the Majority P300. It's like an electronic shop in the UK, Curry's. The Majority 300 looks very similar to the Party Box 100. Then you got a Philips the Audio TAX 5206. That looks pretty similar. There's a Sharp PS 949. Again, very similar. And look at this Soundstage Party Lido. Probably a Chinese brand, that one. But again, very similar. And if you go, if you look on some of the Chinese websites, is blinking loads of them have copied JBL. Loads. So I wonder why they're specifically targeting. Maybe I'm missing something. If anyone knows any more about this, maybe I'm missing something. But I don't know if they're thinking that maybe it's because they're easier to sue. So Klipsch are easier to sue because it's very difficult to sue a company in China. Chinese would just go, whatever, naff off, wouldn't they? Okay. But also, I think that Klipsch making speakers, party speakers, are more competition to them than the others. Okay. They're the ones, and being slightly cheaper, because Klipsch are going to produce probably very decent party speakers, and some of these other ones aren't as good as the JBLs. So Klipsch could give them more competition. So having a similar product maybe could affect them. But if all the others are doing it, how can they directly sue Klipsch? I don't know. Maybe there's more to it than what I'm seeing here. Anyway, that's a quick video today about what's happening with Klipsch and Harman. You know, I'm not sure whose side to take. I'm a bit on the fence because I don't know the real ins and outs of the case. But if they win, you know, what happens in the future with designs and products that people bring out? We're waiting to see anyway. That's come to the end of the video. Love to know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll catch you in the next one.